welcome back to All Over the Place with Corey and Sean.
Welcome to hell.
We're celebrating as a show because we had our two most viewed videos on YouTube since that one that got pulled in regards to a fellow we know and his what would you call it?
Proclivities
And his extracurricular activities involving the McGriddle and 14-year-old girls. I'd like to congratulate the crew on the two videos. We did really good on those. Congratulate everybody involved in them, cast and crew.
and
Except for... Yeah. Somebody had a little thumb issue, so he didn't make that episode. But, hey, he's back, and give us a thumbs up, Sean. Show us. Show us he's 100% again.
He's a Nazi. Get him.
I really think we should address, because some of the comments made it seem like we were not fans of Corey.
That's what I wanted to do. That one guy who commented on us and called us haters, that bothered me because we're not haters at all. We're actually, in all reality, when it comes to Corey Feldman, I would call us fans.
I'll be honest. I'm not a Corey Feldman fan, but that's only because I do not consume Corey Feldman content.
Well, then you're missing out.
Well, no, that's the thing is we're all of age. We remember the movies when he's a kid. I loved the movies when he's a kid.
Well, he's younger than us, so
yeah.
But still,
you never watched The Goonies?
No, okay, never mind. I did watch.
Yeah, did you watch The Lost Boys?
No, I haven't watched Lost Boys.
Too scary. There's a guy with a saxophone scene you'd love.
Yeah, he's oiled up.
Wait a minute, hold on.
I'm not a gay man, but I would turn for a night.
But the whole thing about that whole scene is, I've never had a guy on a movie playing a saxophone make me uncomfortable to watch the movie. And it's not even that. It's like I watched this story, an interview with this guy, obviously, 30 years later, and he said that the song itself was originally done by a Christian rock group, and I was like, well, that's why the lyrics don't fit the movie at all. But his motion in that, and the fact that he is just covered in baby oil while he's doing it, and I'm like,
he was jacked. What are you talking about? He's an attractive man.
I'm not saying he wasn't attractive. I'm saying it's
those saxophone pelvic thrusts.
Yeah, it was creepy. But back to Corey Feldman. It's like, honestly, I think that we got tagged haters because we are not fans in the traditional sense. It used to be to be a fan of something, especially when it comes to a music career, it's you appreciate their talent and all that shit. That's not what we appreciate. It's we love that he is one breakdown after another. I mean, he is a musical equivalent of a car wreck,
avalanche.
Well,
it just never stops.
See, I would say a gas truck hitting a full school bus, and you're just sitting there watching everything burn.
And then it has to tumble into a fireworks factory.
Yeah. It just never ends with him, and that's what we love. It's like, we're not haters. We don't want him. A hater is somebody that just wants rid of you, doesn't want you around. We want him to stay around for as long as he can because
you want him to do miserable work and then get nicely paid for it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I hope he's making millions off his music because that way he can continue to make his music.
And you can continue to laugh at his music.
Exactly. But it's not like I hate the guy. We are fans of the Corey now in that he's just a train wreck. And it's great to watch.
Yeah, it's entertaining.
And I don't care what anybody fucking says. When you put a Corey Feldman video on YouTube, it will outperform everything else you have. And let's be realistic. We were in quite a slump as far as our views go. And then we put up a Corey Feldman episode, and sure enough, we blow every number we ever had away except for one. With
we'll get that one re-uploaded.
We'll have
someday.
We will figure out how to get that one back to the public eye.
I straight up think that if you just re-upload it, not like the actual video, but if we just rewatched the video and did a new episode on it and just didn't put out that that's what it was, I don't think you notice.
What if we did an episode of us watching that episode?
We could do that.
Maybe.
And then we'd have to put it, we'd have to put it on. We could do that, and I would, what I'd do is I'd just block out.
Because we are fans of the person in that episode.
No, I wouldn't say that. I don't like him.
No.
Fuck him.
Hey, what?
I am a fan of him.
Hey,
Yeah,
once again, I
was going to say, you want him to just succeed enough to where we can watch him fail again. So
I
we
hate
can
to
have
be that
more
guy, but
failed
once
attempts.
again, I say that nobody else has ever proved my point wrong. What is a 14-year-old doing on a dating site?
There was no 14-year-old.
Well, see, exactly. No crime was committed.
It was a decoy. Well, yeah.
That's what the judge said. So.
Yeah.
Apparently, the judge agrees with you on that one, Mr. Devil's Advocate. But it's still bullshit. That's it. That was our best episode, but privacy strikes. YouTube pulled it down. So now our best episode, numbers wise, is our latest Corey Feldman, and the second is when Jenna conjured Corey Feldman up in a mirror.
Which
Who knew
is
you
why
could do
Corey
that?
Feldman is on this thumbnail.
Yeah, like, who knew you could do that?
Huh. Well, we were told. We didn't believe it. Sure enough. Like, you never know what kind of black magic is attached to him.
I know.
He will possess your soul.
He's like that dude who shows up on Twitter every time you mention him throwing a shoe at George Bush.
Yeah.
It's like you mention it, he'll show up in your post and be like, hey, man.
I always loved
for the
that
mention.
video. That was such a good video. It's like, here's George Bush behind that podium. He saw it coming, and he moved accordingly.
Threw a shoe.
He threw a shoe at George Bush.
Who throws a shoe? Honestly.
I think that we would be in a better place if we were allowed to throw shoes at
World leaders.
public officials. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it is a worthy trade. You get to express your distaste in a politician for the price of one shoe. You shouldn't get the shoe back. You should just be down one shoe.
Yeah, so if you're going to do that, like, go to Goodwill and buy, like, a pair of shoes for $1.
But you're basically saying walking around with one shoe is like your badge of honor.
Yeah.
Like, I'm okay with that.
Just make sure if you're going to throw shoes at world leaders, don't throw your $200 Air Jordans,
Well, no, I feel like if you do it like that, it's something like when who was it that tried to assassinate? Who was it? I was one of our presidents, Grover Cleveland.
Grover Cleveland?
Yeah, where the guy who did it was like, "Oh, I went and I bought a really nice gun because I'm like, this is going to look good in a museum. Pick a nice shoe and hit him enough that people are going to be like, hey."
No, I'd want it to stink because I just want to make it difficult.
Well, let's be realistic. In that country where Bush got this shoe thrown at him, it probably stunk.
Where was that? Where did
I don't know. It was in the Middle East somewhere.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm surprised it wasn't a Birkenstock.
But from what I understand, that is the ultimate sign of disrespect over there is to throw your shoe at somebody. Like, what's our equivalent of that? It's like running somebody's underwear up a flagpole.
No, I know what the
Telling the
what have
pres-
they done to you?
Telling the president that his Jordans are fake.
see.
Ooh.
I think an even better than throwing shoes. I think a better sign of disrespect would be defenestration. Anybody know what that is?
No.
That is literally-
I don't like the finish either, so I'm down for it.
No, defenestration was literally a political practice way back in the day, wherein when you didn't like your political opponents, you literally threw them out windows. And that's what it's called. It's defenestration.
See, I don't see where that's the equivalent
Yeah.
of throwing your fucking
It
shoe.
is.
Like, to me, I think the equivalent would be like if I were somehow to like finagle my underwear off and take the elastic band and shoot them at them.
Yeah, but you got the mass, and then it gets floppy, and it.
Yeah, well, that's it. You know, a pair of underwear is not going to go more than, like, I don't know, 5 feet.
You need to
It's
at least
to
like,
it's to express your distaste in the person, not to commit political violence against.
Yeah,
them.
yeah. Honestly, to me, I would just be doing it to get a chuckle. I
mostly.
wouldn't even. It's not even a matter of disrespect for me. I think it.
Well,
would
yeah,
be
but
funny.
you wouldn't do it to somebody that you're like. You wouldn't do it to somebody that you're a fan of,
Well, no.
unless it was Corey Feldman. Maybe.
Like, I'm
Would you
just
do it
saying-
to Corey Feldman?
I would love to.
If we were watching that band from the Lost Boys, I would gladly throw my underwear at that saxophone player. He's a sexy man.
Boy, you're really hung up on that. But I'm just saying, how funny would it be? Biden's up here at a press conference. Somebody shot a pair of tighty whities, and it just like draped over his face, and he's just standing there blankly. Like
His
what just happened?
his reaction time. He well, luckily Biden doesn't really go out and do anything anymore. So.
No.
But no, if it got on his face, he'd probably suffocate.
Yeah, you're right.
How do I get this off?
Honestly,
We
I
wouldn't want that.
I don't want it on his mouth, just on the over top of his head, just because I think the visual would be enough for me to. It would just be funny to watch.
I'll be honest, the only reason I brought that up was because I really like the word defenestration. Especially the fact that it just means throwing people out windows.
Okay, it's a nice word. Good. Back to Corey Feldman, though. It's like people, I guess, when he started his music career and nobody really got behind it, as we found out, his fans, the Feldman...
And he does. He has some rabid fans.
He really... They're very passionate about defending his music when they think people are shit-talking.
Yeah.
Which, in a lot of ways, yes, we were shit-talking his music, but, I mean, look at his music.
You never have to worry, 'cause I'm here to stay. I won't let nothing take you away. I promise you, I'm gonna be
I mean...
You were like, we were just accurately describing his music.
That's it. There's no, and realistically, we weren't even being unique about it. There's so many great podcasts that make fun of Corey and his music and his performances, how they never seem to go right. They always seem to be just a disorganized mess. Like, and there's always some sort of shit or mental breakdown from him that is attached to it, and it just makes for good laughs. And even then, I don't think any of those shows would say they're haters of Corey.
No, we're all coming from the direction of fandom. It's just a matter of perspective, because the internet itself has changed what it means to be a celebrity anymore.
They've almost bastardized what it means to be a fan of anything.
Well,
it's like there's the videos of car wrecks. There's videos of people being arrested. There's videos of natural disasters, and people watch the hell out of it.
I'll say this new wave of fans also kind of gets what they want more, because if you're just a fan of like, oh, I like this artist, I want them to release more music, you can't really go be like force them to make more music. But if you're a fan of, let's say, a good example of this would be Chris Chan, where he does crazy stuff and his fans will just go out and say, harass him or try and get him into situations where he's going to do something stupid. Yeah.
Like the
They'll
diapers.
provoke a situation.
Well, like the one situation where people just started a rumor that he wore diapers. And I think it was mostly just to make fun of him. And he's like, and he put out these videos like, I do not wear diapers.
I recycle my own adult diapers. Sometimes adults feel pleasure from adult diapers.
And then, like, what was it? A couple of months later, some girl talked him into wearing diapers on camera. And and it's like, yeah, you do. Like, you wear diapers.
Look at that.
Like, you're wearing diapers. Like, it is what it is. And
I will say this, that after a while, that like those fans can also be bad, because at some point, like, if we're never gonna get around to it, but if we ever got around to doing like a full timeline for Corey's reaction to Chris Chan,
I spanked myself just a fetish for some people.
It eventually turns into, this is just sad. These people are just bullying him.
Yeah.
And they are. But
again, that's what the internet has created.
well, it's not even
Internet and sites like YouTube.
well, it's not even necessarily the internet. Like it started with people like, and I know this is kind of an extreme example and cliche, but like kind of like Paris Hilton and like Kim Kardashian. Like I would love for one person who loves Kim Kardashian and loves Paris Hilton, tell me what they're good at. What are they famous for? What do they sing? Like what, they don't sing, they don't dance.
We know what Kim Kardashian's famous for,
and Paris Hilton, yes. Which I will be easy on Paris Hilton because she has grown up and like she is actually has a good business sense now. But
not to mention, we got some of her kitchenware a while back, and that stuff's like really super high quality.
Yeah, but do you honestly believe she was in a lab somewhere designing that?
But she's willing.
She hired the right people.
I don't give a shit about who made it. The fact that she attached her name to something and she wants it to be of high quality. That's what I said. That's what I respect about it.
That's what I'm saying. I give her a pass because she has grown up, and it does turn out that she did and does have a good business sense, and that's good. That's awesome. Like I'm really happy for Paris Hilton. But originally, when she first came on the scene, like became famous, what are you famous for?
That's it.
What have you done?
She was a get the fuck out of here.
Don't
famous.
be poor.
She was famous for being a drunk whore at bars.
Like a party girl.
Yeah, that was it. And it's like you can go out on any city street in America and find 10 girls just like but for some reason, just the fact that she grew up in money, that made her famous. And that's what I mean is like that was kind of like the birth of these fans. Really. Yeah.
That was that's perfect. In that was the birth of the influencer.
Yeah.
I mean, before that, had you ever heard of the fucking term influencer?
No.
I mean, it wasn't really even an influencer there, but that was kind of
No, influencers before that were much different people.
They carried rags and chloroform.
They're cult leaders.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They were big influencers.
Yeah.
Like, drink my Kool-Aid, bitches.
Cut your balls off. Strangle yourself with plastic
we're going to burn after we shoot the ATF. But as far as, the Paris Hiltons of the world and all that stuff, they were like the predecessors to the modern day influencer, and it's...
Yeah, and influencers in general are just genuinely awful people.
Like, that's it. That's what we fucking look for on the internet is we don't look for quality people. They're like quality acts.
I'm so excited. I'm gonna take 2 cocks at once at the same time.
Artists, all that shit to make fun of.
We look for train wrecks.
Yeah, we look for shit to make fun of and piss us off.
Yeah.
And really nothing Corey does pisses us off.
Like the one video where the track isn't right, and he's like, "We're never supposed to start.
I'm not on stage."
Yeah, he's like, "We don't start the track until I'm on stage." As he's like, you can tell he's got his back to the audience, but you can tell he's angrily staring at his drummer.
Cut the track. Sorry, that was called a technical mix-up.
What happened?
Nobody should ever start a track until I'm on the stage, guys.
That's hilarious.
You know what would have been great if the drummer just threw his sticks up in the air. He's like, "Fuck it, I quit," and walked off stage.
He did later. That's why it was like the next show or the one after that they were like, "Yeah, we're out a drummer and a keyboardist," and it's like, Corey.
Why is that?
Corey claimed that,
they got arrested.
They got arrested at the border.
But in this business of show, you have to have the heart of an angel and the hide of an elephant.
Perfect cover up, Corey.
And that's just it.
I love the guy.
His ego is so amazing because it does not matter what happens to him. He is the hero. Always.
Excuse me.
Even though he goes on there and he stomps and he screams at his band on mic.
He yelled at his wife.
Yeah, on
she
stage.
fucked up on the laptop.
Yeah, on stage, holding the mic to his mouth. He screams at his wife and then allows the guitarist to come over and then he screams at her.
Start over.
I don't have the track coming through my mind now.
Yeah! On the same count, everybody. Really?
And it's like, that is hilarious. Like, how do you not?
Well, if the guitarist came over, then surely she deserved it. Surely.
Well, look, as we talked about, this could very well be the greatest performance art project ever, but we don't know because he is so damn serious about it. You want to believe him, which I think is what actually makes him so popular on YouTube, is that he keeps the mystery alive. He keeps you guessing. It's just like, man, this fucker can't be serious. Oh my God, he talks like this is the greatest musical act. Like, he's shocked that he got half an hour's worth of music at 6 o'clock at the beginning of this Loserville tour.
Low
Like,
serve
what?
ill.
Low serve ill.
Hold it! What the hell is that shit?
Like, I mean, he was shocked by that, and I'm like, dude, you are not there as a musical act. You're there as a novelty.
Yeah, like, I mean,
I'm not saying this in a negative way, because novelties.
You're like, I like the novelty.
That's it.
Yeah.
The novelty is what we love.
Yeah.
Like, the novelty is what we're after with Corey Feldman. And I mean, it's like everybody's got their fucking, all 12 people in that audience are like, they got their phone out like, we're going to catch the next one. I know. Here, he's about to fucking crack.
And that's the point, is like his hubris and his ego, and he believes that he's up at Beatles status.
He actively compares himself to the Beatles and Elvis and Michael Jackson.
Yeah, and when in reality he's at like birthday clown status. That's a beautiful
I don't know
thing.
about that. He's maybe at like that girl that did that Friday song.
I would actually compare him more to like a lounge singer at a bowling alley or something like that. I know a good comparison, and that is because he has a celebrity.
That's what I was about to say.
David Hasselhoff in America with his music. Actually, David Hasselhoff outside of the country of fucking Germany. With his music. Like you remember the movie That Thing You Do?
Yeah.
It's like I can see him doing the Mercyhurst talent show and then maybe possibly getting a job at Villapiano's because, everybody was into the Comeback King.
But that's what I'm saying, is he's at like...
Bill's not going to come and buy his record for $1.
Because I guess David Hasselhoff, because he never really did make it in America. I mean, he had like a big...
He had no musical success in America, but he had a celebrity because that's still David fucking Hasselhoff.
Yeah.
And
he's in the SpongeBob
Corey
movie.
Feldman is a name that people know because of his acting.
And that, yeah.
He had, like, let's be realistic. He was known for, he was a celebrity because of his acting.
Yeah, absolutely.
And still could pass for one because, hell, he still goes to the cons.
Yeah.
And all that stuff.
And that's just it. But what I mean is, like, his band, where he is right now.
Why do they not have a name? I would love to know.
It is. It's the Corey Feldman Band or something.
Is it the
They
Corey
should be
Feldman
Corey
Band?
and the Feldmans. That's what they should
Oh, no,
be.
because it's Corey Feldman and what used to be Corey's Angels. But
yeah.
Now he's got those two, like, middle-aged guys that...
But apparently they've been with him for a long time.
They have. Supposedly, he was going around just finding studio musicians and was just like, hey, you want to...
Corey Feldman and What's Left?
Yeah, and, like, it was basically, like, just guys who were like, yeah, I'm getting ready to retire or whatever, and, we'll go, fuck it. Let's
Like,
go
you
do
got, like,
something.
a bedroom I can crash in, Corey? Yeah, man.
It's like, man, I'm starting to come down. I need to sleep. But
like, all you got to do instead of paying me rent, bro, is just say, "Come on out, Comeback King," over and over again.
try and get that chant going.
Try and get the 16 people in the audience to cheer for me.
Never did.
Never got into it. It's like that. That is the kind of shit that is the beauty of watching a Corey Feldman performance.
Take you away. I promise you, I'm gonna be
But I mean, ultimately, that's what we're after. It's like we're not haters of Corey Feldman. We are indeed fans. We are just modern fans, not fans in the traditional sense.
We're not actively like waiting in line for his new album.
You're not waiting on Corey.
We're not paying $400 for his fucking box set.
His. We're
not paying $250 for his fucking Funko Pop.
Love Left 2.1.
Whoa! You didn't buy his Funko Pop?
No, we are modern fans in that we like the fucking Corey breakdown and how happy he is.
Yeah, but you need to buy the Funko Pop so that it gives him money so he can go out and do more tours.
But ultimately, we are fans of the Schadenfreude. Again, nobody knows what that is either. Schadenfreude is awkward comedy, like
Andy Kaufman,
like The Office. No, like The Office.
Okay,
like where it's not like nobody's telling straight up jokes. It's just like they get put in awkward situations, and that's why it's funny.
Yeah,
because it's awkward.
I don't even think it's awkward situations. I think The Office is just funny because you're like, oh hey, I have that guy at work.
Yeah, it is, but at the same time, it's not traditional comedy. They're not straight up like, oh, I just flew in, and boy, are my arms tired. No, it's like
they're not telling jokes.
It's like when Michael likes this woman and comes into the office. And she's like, hey, do you want a mint? And so she's looking at a paper, and he's like, yeah, I'd like a mint. And he's trying to like hit on her. And so she puts an Altoid in her hand, and she holds it out to him while she's reading, meaning for him to take it like out of her hand. But he goes, and he like looks around like suspiciously, and he goes, and eats it out of her hand. And she's like, what are you doing? And it's like, that's what makes it funny. Or when Michael interrupted Phyllis's wedding.
I pushed that guy's lazy ass around all day.
Awkward and uncomfortable. Almost.
Yeah, like it's really like the whole time you're like, just stop.
Like realistically, Corey Feldman yelling at his wife. On stage. And then getting the guitar player to yell too. It's like,
That's what makes it so good. Like
that's it. Is
like you shouldn't be doing this.
Like he's a horrible performer, but by God, we cannot get enough.
Yeah,
and we're not alone in that. I'm glad he doesn't lean into it, and he still maintains like I'm a serious musician. I just want to be taken seriously.
Yeah,
like dude, you keep it up. We're never going to do that, but I want you to keep that up. Keep that. Perfect attitude.
I just want him in 20 years, like when he finally like retires, whatever he does, I want him to just put a video out that's like, I got all of you motherfuckers, every one of you. He's like, I got you. You all thought that was serious. He'd be the greatest troll on the planet.
Well, you know what I love too is to just give a small example by using our show and our episodes as to how big of a celebrity he is on YouTube.
Oh yeah, people love
our Corey Feldman episode got 1,600 views, and our P. Diddy episode has not cracked 200 yet.
Yeah.
Like, so realistically, when it comes to YouTube, Corey Feldman is a much bigger celebrity. And well, I mean, combined, we got like 2,500 off of the two videos. We have yet to crack.
And nobody knows about our podcast.
No, that's it. Our small, very small podcast. We'd like to get bigger, and with Corey's help, maybe we could.
P. Diddy himself did crack 15.
Didn't you?
Yeah.
Didn't you say off podcast that you were thinking about going to the con that he's supposed to be going to?
Yeah, we're still talking about that. He'll be at some sort of horror movie convention in Kingsport, Tennessee, which is not too far away from here, and I have a lot of friends in that town, so it's like maybe I need to go and meet Corey. I would love to meet him anyway
and film it.
Yeah, just because it would be despite all the shit, and yeah, he's a terrible music performer. He's probably an okay guy, and I mean, to sit there and
He would be an okay guy enough for meeting at a con somewhere to be like, "Oh, hey Corey, I love your work. Keep it up."
And again, he has celebrity, so I mean, yeah, he has celebrity. I would think it would be worth going. I don't know if it'd be worth paying $75 for an autograph, but I'm willing.
If you could get it recorded and we could use it on the podcast, then just
yeah,
it's worth it.
See. Yep, I think we're done here today. So be sure to like, share, subscribe, comment all you want.
Honey, come on over here, sugar buns. This machine just called me an asshole.
We're good, and just remember, we're not Corey Feldman haters. We are just modern internet fans of Corey Feldman. We'll see you.